me, windsurfing is just, you know, like go and just free yourself. You know, you kind of go out there and you can just go sail away, be in your own little world. It's kind of like a release for me.
Freedom, fun, enjoyment.
Travel around the world, sail waves around the world, meet people around the world, experience cultures around the world.
It's a great lifestyle. It's a lot of traveling. It's, you know, just enjoying nature basically.
I think what attracts me the most is just to be able to go out and have fun and maybe be with their friends and kind of try a new move, or you know. But there is the other side too that I really enjoyed, is the competition side, where you learn to compete and you have to learn to find the right gear for different conditions. So it's two different things, you know.
If you turn up at the beach and it's been, you know, it's windy, there's some good waves, it's, you know, you've got a few of your friends there with you, you know, it's not too cold, and you're going to go, you know, you're going to go out and have an awesome day's windsurfing, then that's, you know, the ultimate for me. But at the same time, you know, if it was just that, I'd probably get a little bit bored. I do like sort of the thrill and the chase of competing and trying to better myself and beating the opponents and, you know, sort of ultimately winning competitions.
To cruise in London. How much is that?
This is our first time here in London. We're quite enjoying the time over here, especially now walking around the city.
It's a bit cold, as you can see. Me and Carly, we just bought all these hats because we're freezing. But it's fun. It's a different place and different people. It's good to travel all around the world to know new places and new people.
This is really the first indoor we tried, like good properly.
It's pretty different sailing from outside the sea, but you know, it's great because it's a show. You know, you have all that people vibrating together, and it's great.
It's gonna be a new experience for us to be there and see all the public screaming and that pressure with the noise of the fans and being nervous like that.
Last year London was my first indoor event, so I had that on mind, you know, and I got there. First time I got on the pool, I got so nervous and I was like, oh, that's gonna be great, you know, but everything came out nice. I won the event.
Sailing in the pool is not that easy, but I've been practicing a little bit during these days, and I'm really looking forward for trying a little bit harder and throwing high jumps on the ramp and having a good show.
All the bad decisions that you made, but I can't hate you, I can hate you. always coming to the indoor is just so fun. It's just a get together with all the guys and girls you haven't seen for a while.
Let me tell you, I think the sailors are taking it to another level, especially in the jump ramp and freestyle. You know, the fellas are pulling some maneuvers that are difficult in the real world, and in the indoor, they're cranking the action.
I don't know what I did to hurt you. I don't know what
This is my first time in an indoor, and I'm really happy to end up in one piece, considering that everybody was getting injured or there was fins flying all over the place and big crashes.
Hokipa, it's the most important place on the planet for windsurf. You know, like everyone knows Hokipa Beach Park. You know,
a lot of people like grew up there and went on tour. Like people like Jason Polacco or Mark Angulo, Josh.
I think all the windsurfers who wants to be a professional windsurfer must go there. So it's an obligation, sorry, but
it's still pretty much the showcase. You go there and show your stuff, and all the photographers on the beach. The wave breaks, 100 yards off the beach, right there in front of everybody.
It's where a lot of development goes on, and it's where a lot of new moves are invented.
There's many people. I mean, you really have to fight for your wave or get respect to get your wave.
There's a lot of people out there pushing it, so you sort of can't just go and have a cruisy day. You've got to go hard every wave. Every turn, otherwise you certainly don't stand up. And yeah, it's pretty much the mecca of windsurfing, I would say.
Anton Baga, love you folks, God bless you in Jesus' name. Thank you for coming to Maui and having a nice time and enjoying us. We can all come together no matter what skin color, race. It all depends on the heart. Love you.
We're locals is what we are. We grew here, you flew here. You want to do business here, you come talk to me, I'll set you straight. Or talk to Charlie.
really happy. First event. That's it. Now I have my other heat with Kitabu and Matt Preacher. Now I'm dead.
Oh, who I picked to win?
Yeah, who do you think's like just ripping the most? Who do you think?
I don't know, maybe me.
I got $200 on the Japanese girl, that little one. She's gonna open up a can of Bruce Lee whoop ass on everybody. Just wait.
first single elimination, Josh Angulo, US 1-1. Congratulations, Josh.
Beautiful Hokipa.
You know, I've had a lot of really good moments, you know, through so many years of competing at Hokipa. Basically, I competed in events here 1981 through year before last, every single year. I've had some classics. One I remember is getting washed out the channel, no wind in the heat. Really upset at the judges, making visual signs at the judges of, you know, being so upset. That sticks in my mind because I've seen so many pictures of it over the years. Kind of classic, losing your head, blowing up at the hill. But there are a lot of good moments.
I've not got all of my boards from, you know, the last 30 years, but I've got a lot of them. Sort of special ones. Try to keep the ones that meant something, won a lot of events or that were unique in some way. Like that one on the far left was a board that I rode for nearly 2 seasons and basically never lost an event on it. It was just a classic. On the far right is my first skull board. Sort of started the whole skull theme as my personal logo.
Everybody's got some bad habit, right? Some people do drugs, some people drink too much, some people whatever. Fortunately, my bad habit is just cars. 1963 Cadillac hearse, 6,000 pounds, 21 feet long. You can fit all my gear in it. It's cool.
Now this gets great gas mileage. So this is a 1977 Porsche 911S that I turned into a slant nose. Sorry, Porsche purists, but we took the torch to it.
Sitting on the beach watching is like pulling teeth. You know, I should be out there. I want to be out there. It's not like I stepped back because I wasn't competitive. It was more just my approach to the sport and where I was in life. And this will be the first year that I don't do any competitions. But I'm really thinking seriously of coming back next year and doing it again. It's fun, you know, wearing a different hat and just checking it out, but it's hard. This has been my life forever, you know. Basically, it's all I've ever done. And it's been an interesting approach not being on the water. I think I'd rather be on the water.
Let me lick ya.
The conditions look good, everyone is ripping, like just the guys that probably will have them against me soon. The waves actually is even getting better, like a couple sets coming through, and it's gonna be tough, you know?
If you don't have no reason, if you don't come with the original rhyme, better practice up for next season. Cause right now you're just wasting my time. Gotta stop all that buzzing, and please don't put up a fight. Better stop all the pushing and the shoving. Pass the fire to your left or to your right, or to your right, or to your left, my friend, or to your right. And I know that you call yourself a rude boy, a stepping razor. Who's your savior? Know that you got nothing to lose, boy, but for once in your life, do your flop a favor.
She's sailing really good, and we'll see what happens. I'll try my best. I'm sure she'll try her best, so it will be fun.
To fight down the monster, love shall overcome. But the work is never done. MCs, if you're not rubbing about progression, then you don't have no place behind the microphone. If you got some pent-up aggression, that's something you should deal with on your own, because it's something on the world and they're listening. And they're getting smarter every day. But you better be careful with the wisdom that you're giving them.
Callie rips, you know, he's the new sensation right now, you know, and I'm just going to rely on my experience in wave selection and hope for the best.
Say your violence for Revolution Day. When self-defense is the only other way. Stop building tomorrow for today. You got to give thanks and
And advancing on into the next round, BRA 253, Callie Sadie. Congratulations, Callie. You go on to face the first round winner.
You did good.
My girlfriend. It's my family pretty much, huh? Like all year long I'm with Conan, Brauzinho, Ricardo. We make ourselves the little family there because otherwise we just feel lost, you know, for like 8 months a year I'm away from home, so.
As hell. I was so pumped that I almost had to pump last night.
Yeah. Mainly we always support each other during competition, and if we go against each other it's like, doesn't matter, you know. It's like one of the Brazil guys will go, so.
Everything that Callie say, Conan agree, and everything Conan say, Callie agree, so I just can't, like, because, you know, everything they say is right and then I can't say anything.
No, you just say the truth all the time.
Performance is mapa.
Okay.
He's a good student. He seems stupid, but he's very smart. It's good that his dad like invests in him to come windsurf. Usually, like it's hard, you know, when you're 15, your parents they just believe on something you wanna do it, and I thought like his kid has the talent, you know, like you gotta send him to Hawaii. You know, he's young, he's the age to go, you know.
Yeah, it was super fun just to be here with Callie, all those guys that I used to watch in movies, windsurfing movies, to compete with them in the same heat, you know. It was really fun for me, I learned a lot for sure. I'm studying by mail right now. Like, I have a school in Brazil that they send me tests, everything. Every day I try to study a little bit, at least, I don't know, 2 hours in the morning when it's not windy. Because when it's windy, it's hard to keep concentrated. I have 1 more year and a half, and when I finish, I'll try to be a professional windsurfer. I will try to spend some time doing competition and see how it goes, if I can do good or not.
All this was empty until we got here 2 weeks ago. It's definitely always, this was my dream, and it's still being my dream, you know, windsurfing and go around the world and get to know places. Maybe it's not something that I would like to do for the rest of my life, you know, but for sure, like at my age, I can't complain, you know, it's the best, you know. I just get to windsurf, get paid for it, and have fun.
Back
had a 5-0 decision, winning the second round, and also taking the event title of the Jeep PWA Hawaii Pro E64, Daida Moreno. Congratulations.
I don't know how to describe my feelings right now. I'm really happy. I'm really happy, especially having my sister in the final. I was just stoked enough to be first in the single elimination, beating great girls and competitors like Jennifer Henderson and Anna Marie Richmond. And you know, the final today was just great, you know.
Two amazing sailors, longtime Hokipa sailor Josh Angulo going head-to-head with Brazilian sensation Cowley Sadie. In the end, we had a split decision. And winning the second round of the Jeep PWA Hawaii Pro and the overall event title, US 1-1, Josh Angulo. Congratulations, Josh.
Oh, that was great to win the final. It was a lot of pressure building up since a couple days ago. I knew we'd have a double elimination with the strong wind forecasted, and you know, mentally trying to keep it together, and physically and spiritually, and everything fell into place. So I'm stoked. Yeah,
that's gotta taste sweet, I'll tell you that. Just brave yourself. Josh Angulo taking home the hardware and his share of the $30,000 in prize money. There you go.
Hey, my friend, everything good?
Bonaire is the best for freestyle windsurfing because the conditions are brilliant for freestyle. It's flat water and light wind that allow sailors to perform and do amazing moves.
The level this year, I mean, it's just incredible. Like everybody's just, I think the oldest person is 24 years old or so, and everybody's just pushing each other to the limits.
If you take like another discipline, let's say wave riding or racing, which is more about experience, here it's just more about creativity and just show your skills on the water.
For this, the first event, it's going to be one of the hardest of the year since the condition as well are hard, light wind.
I think if the wind picks up, there will be a lot of action. I've seen all the girls and the guys, and they're amazing, all of them, every single one.
So there we are, we're blowing for some wind. I hope some wind comes, right? Action!
Action!
Woo!
No sleep and I'm still here sitting in the same place. Got a ticket by the law and the grace of God. Gonna escape this prison that I'm sitting in.
Supercross was actually, it was a cross between slalom and a bit of freestyle, and it was actually one of the marketing brands, one of the marketing managers from one of the big windsurfing brands thought, oh, we should put this Supercross together where it's a bit more action-packed for the TV and for spectators.
But 8 to 10 guys in each heat. You've got jumps to go over with through gates, you've got duck jibes at each mark and spocks and forwards, and it really is quite amazing how difficult it is even just to do a duck jibe, something we could do all day long pretty much with your eyes shut. And you do that around the mark, powered up on some sort of no-cam slalom sails, and things become a little bit more difficult.
And it's really fun to do as a competitor, and I'm sure it's really fun to watch as a spectator as well.
We have some awesome crashes, and you could literally go around the last mark in the top 1 or 2, wipe out in your last maybe spock, and end up in 8th or 7th or 8th place.
We're up to about event number 4 here on the tour, here at Costa Brava, sunny vacation, nice kind of windsurf arena. We're all here looking to battle out in the Supercross. Matt Pritchard's in the lead, a lot of guys looking to catch up. Myself personally just looking for a bit of a result. And we're in a beautiful place. Hopefully we'll get some wind and everything will roll smoothly.
Well, I come here to win. That's really the only thing that I want to do here. And, I think I'm ready to go. And, wait and see. When the wind comes through, that's really what we need here, some wind just to go out and compete. I'm ready to go.
Venga, dale, tiene. ¿Un qué? Un tití. Dos qué? Vale, 3. Un tití. Vale, digas dos titius. Habla, cariño. Dos titius.
When I first started doing it, it was just, the most I got to sail was actually at the events, and I would just sail, the whole time during the contests. And the rest of the time I was pretty much at school, and the only time I got to train was in the summer. But now I get to just hang out in Maui and train quite a lot, and that makes quite a big difference. I feel a lot more confident going into all the events. Before, if I got a good result, it was a lucky thing, and now it's more like from training and practice. Sailing at Jaws, that's fun. You drive up the coast of Jaws and you see the waves from miles away, and you're already kind of excited, and then you get there and you've got to rig up your stuff on the water. It's all difficult and it's all very different from what you normally do. Then when you're sailing on it, it's a really fast, really big wave, and it's just like sailing any really fast, really big wave, only it's probably the biggest one and the fastest one in the world. So it's like the whole sort of process of getting up there and getting ready is what's the main exciting thing. When you're sailing there, most people, only get 10, 15 waves maybe, and then that's it. You call it a day, because it's a pretty scary thing to do. I like the Supercross event. It's kind of a natural progression from slalom, and it's good to be bringing the racing thing back. I think people really get into racing, and it's nice to be able to have other kind of like lighter, smaller people be able to do well in the contest as well. Because in the freestyle you just see the young guys, you know, and in the waves you just see mainly the older guys. But Supercross you got everyone from Goyito who's 14 up to, I don't know who the oldest guy is, but I think they're at least sort of 35, 36. So it's a really nice spread of ages and sort of styles and techniques.
We continue to check the wind. If in 5-10 minutes it's the same, you will put your Z flag up to the committee boat.
There wasn't any wind all week. We've had a few days where it was sort of tempting, and we went out on our biggest stuff and we pumped around a little bit, but there was never really enough wind to get a result in. And today looked really promising. It got quite windy and we were all flying around on our 6.7s, maybe even 6.2s and stuff. And then they started one heat. I got a really good start, went down the first reach in front of everyone, Dutch over on the buoy, went out, jumped over the sausage, did my forward. I looked back and everyone had stopped. I was like, oh, no way, I was winning by miles. But then they had to abandon the event because that was it. There was no more wind.
Portugal I thought was pretty good for our sport due to the conditions I actually get there, and the beaches. It's an awesome, beautiful place. The scenery and a few of the girls aren't too bad either.
Guincho, I think, was one of the most important events, you know, if you think really, because was the only really sideshore place we had, you know, even if we had some onshore days, but on the days, in the end of the day, we got like fully sideshore condition with a super powerful wave.
It was really nice to bring something new, you know, into the overall results rather than just Gran Canaria Silt. To have the extra event there in Portugal really sort of, you know, sorts it out a little bit, gives other, you know, riders that aren't maybe a port tack sailor a bit of a chance to go at the starboard tack conditions in Guincho.
No, it's awesome. But the waves are just fantastic, and you know, the footage that we get from Portugal, you know, nice waves, blue water, and you know, it's very appealing. So I think it was a great thing to have onto the tour.
Incredible, beautiful, lots of women and lots of parties coming up.
What I could have done, it said so. Fear standing there with silences that get you. Trust me, having cold feet, wanted for you to open and see. Poetry was in me, listening, they rolling a bleed. Say it ain't so, follow me flow on my spot on stage.
Guincho is pretty windy and a lot of waves, I think, huh? What do you think, Guzman?
Yeah, 35 knots, 2 meters of shore breaks, and a lot of chicks outside.
Puffing the L, face to face, punch clocks with the hands of time. Who am I? Too many troubles to tell. Troubles and troubles, too many troubles to tell. Too many troubles to tell. Be trouble, be trouble. Too many troubles to tell. Funny talk, see us spit diamonds as we unfold. Revealing me to be the wonder bound for my kind. Through my formative years, took it all in stride. Accustomed to rappers, raising us off of their rhymes. How was I to know? Picture couple suburb children talking verbal murder without knowing the feeling. For real, that was me, but see, something had to give. Dog, I had to live, plus I'm darn to floss.
Get more sideshore, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. I could go more front side now.
Yeah.
Nice.
Down the line.
Playing it for, guess a one-track mind has no train of thought. All the too many troubles to tell, too many troubles to tell. Troubles and troubles, too many troubles to tell. Too many troubles to tell. Trouble and trouble. I blow it, I show it, taking time, breaking those rhymes. Wanna be more than the groupies season tour. Crew that's more than the paper chase. Sipping caper race, looking in the face of man with the stunning plan. 100 grams of corporate stocks, different from holding blocks. So riding cops, good shots go A-Day. Let it spring grade, it's safe to say I'm aiming way great to be played. My DJs scratching my disc, 45 attaching my hip. A trip living like a prince, thinking I'm the shit. A man now once a violent kid, until I turned silent, burning and nighted and ride it in my book of rhymes. Capture the essence, the real McCoy, young seaport. Toast with me up, get down with the boy. Fuck the streets, go and say, recognize me, await ya. It's hard to hate you, guess it's part of my nature. Need trouble, need trouble, need trouble.
US 10 advances.
Right, dude. Yeah. Yeah, Matt is really good. Just concentrate, sail the same, and I'm sure I can do it.
Top 4 for Sky. I'm just stoked. This is like the best result by miles, and it's in waves, which makes it just so much more special. We've got good conditions here, so yeah, no, I'm just stoked.
US 1-1, Josh Angulo. Congratulations, Josh.
The event in Hawaii for me was very important personally due to a second place result last year, and then coming back this year and winning was quite a bit of redemption. Being in my home spot, I've grown up there all my life, and 2 years in a row I've won the single elimination, and this year I won the doubles as well. I kind of feel like I'm one of the top guys there, and I've proven it now. Honestly, I set very high goals for myself. Every event I go to, I want to win, even if it's like Supercross, which I'm very unfavored. I go into it believing that I can win. I can end up getting last place sometimes, but nonetheless, I want to win every event I go to. I should maybe mellow out on that a little bit because it sometimes distracts you a bit from other areas of life, but I'm pretty fired up to win another world title. As long as I'm competing, I definitely want to come out on top. Coming back to Gincho has solidified our tour this year. It's basically a big star on our tour. It's unbelievable for all of us. Hopefully the people here in Portugal are also pleased with it, but I know that for all the international sailors, we're ecstatic to be here in Gincho.
Long time since we said I love you, since you told me I
It is firing.
Everybody told me it was really close, and some people said, oh, nah, he got you. But I don't know what to say. I'm stoked.
Yeah, Pozo in Gran Canaria, it's a pretty funny spot. It's always windy. It's kind of a one-off spot. The first time I went there, I just couldn't believe it. It was like blowing 60 knots and just every day just howling winds, you know.
As we all know, you know, it's the extremest place from the tour, you know, like very special and unique conditions with the very, very strong winds, and just you gotta learn to fly over there, you know, really. You don't jump there, you just fly.
It's kind of a harsh place. It's really windy. There's rocks along the beach. It's a very harsh place to compete.
It's not funny, you know, to go sailing in like, you know, 40 knots or 50 knots with 3.7 overpower. It's like just like you're fighting, you know.
We learn there, and learning under the most radical conditions, I think gives you a lot of experience. I think it's a cool place to relax, to windsurf, and to spend many hours in the water.
Laila Ruano Moreno.
That was rad.
How they done?
He went for a taco and like almost ate it, but came back and made it. Probably be a good score. Uh-oh.
What's that?
Yeah. Spin. Close. Baker's got to do some work now. Never count Baker out. Oh, here we go. Watch this. Oh, geez. Well, it's in the judge's hands. I don't want nothing to do with that.
Goalie Sherry.
My dream was always to do well on wave sailing, and I didn't have enough experience to get there and to find the right gear to get there, you know. And now finally I could put everything together, and I've made it. It's just amazing, you know. I was so happy.
You know, I was watching my sister, she was getting washed, so while I was watching her, I was getting more confidence. It was kind of weird, but I think it was a fun final, and I'm pretty stuck of becoming first in the single elimination. Welcome. I'm gonna take the TV crew for a little cruise in Poso. Okay, we go down there. Down, down, down. We're gonna go around here. We kind of get spoiled. We put all the equipment inside and we go from the garage down to the beach. It's like only 5 minutes away. Here is the spot where we know if it's windy or not. And then we look down and we can see the beach. It's like, woo. When we were kids, we used to come out of my dad's place and go running to the beach, straight to the beach. And now everything is filled up. The little town is a little bit bigger. Still small though. They did this like 2 years ago. A memory of all the world champions here in the town. I was pretty excited about it 'cause at the beginning we didn't figure out what it was, and then when we did the inauguration, they made us pull a shirt of it and we saw our cell numbers and we were pretty stoked and happy. This one, the blue one, is for the future one. Who knows? There's little kids sailing already in Poso every day, like 8, 9 years old. I think here we have so much wind all the summer long, so I think we better spend some time in the water and teach the kids to windsurf. It's really cool. We have a school down the street and it's perfect for them. Let's go to show you the bar, the first bar that we had in the town, La Ola. This is Bar La Ola, and I think it's the first bar we had in the town. And a lot of windsurfers come here. It's really cheap and very good food. And Mila and Suso are always cooking for all the windsurfers. And they have pictures all over the world. about all the windsurfers and especially the people from here. And they also have every year a different board to sign an autograph. Now it's her turn. She has to sign. We continue the tour through Pozo before it gets dark. We live here in Pozo, and we're in our house right in the middle of the town. It feels no wind, or not much wind. And then you come here to the beach and you see now the action. Looking out there now, it looks like it's gonna be really good tomorrow morning, especially. It's really nice to be all the girls together, and we try to do an every event, only dinner, only girls dinner. So we get to know each other better and hang out and have fun.
No, she just looks like it.
Bye bye. Leave us alone.
Oh, yeah. What am I saying? Yo!
دابا حنا كاينين في بوزو كاين المشكل. لا English. English. 1 2 3. We are in Pozo today. Big waves, more wind, and here we start with the women. The chicas.
All my rude girls and my bad boys, take a piece and bust a shot in the air. That's right. The sun white and the funky bass I play every.
It's super windy already. I'm on a street too, which is pretty much the smallest cell for most people. And it only should pick up what we heard. So I think we are expecting a healthy.
Stay nothing, cause she stay fronting. But I know exactly what she wanting. Quick and easy, why no long thing? Put it down on some goodwill hunting.
First place from Gran Canaria, Ryder Ruano Moreno.
Service lock onto the wine. You not go pearl amongst this wine.
What's going to be your big move in the semis to get you through to beat Ricardo?
Big move, Shaka. Shaka is the biggest move ever.
I didn't have a really good heat. Started messing up and everything went wrong.
Today it's like 50 knots.
Over 35 knots, 37, 40 knots maybe, maybe 60, yeah?
Just like crazy windy, like proper Pozo.
I'm on my smallest sail, 3.3.
I was out on my 3.7, but it was a bit too big sometimes.
About 3.0 wind conditions.
I spit the phlegm in the sweet, suede Tim's my feet. I rise early to that mile, David setting me free. I live off the heat, but spit the cold truth that satisfy your insides like soul food. When I sip a cold brew and keep hitting with deep visions as I narrate.
I'm training very hard with Moreno twins, so very good.
Come with the real, that's on live. I'll be blowing the truth every time I go in the booth, showing the youth how to play the game, say their name, make their fame and state their claim, cause it's spit off of
It's always hard to go over the second, the double elimination, because you haven't sailed. then you're up and you only have the first heat, which is a super tough one against Ibaya. And I didn't do very good, but I'm lucky to pass.
Shit stops you screaming and plot in the game of hip hop, so get ready for the takeoff. Cause we broke what I feel with something I feel. My flow is like a movie cause I'm spinning the reel. Yeah, thoughts of wisdom, y'all. Picture the game, born rain, but I rock well, fulfilling the slang. I got rappers singing that this cat is a menace. The way he knock your wisdom out, it sends you back to the dentist. And I don't mean your tooth, I just deceive the truth. And if justice is blind, she ain't gon' see no proof. Casino booth is where you might find me. I'll be cashing in chips while we poly. White Denali amongst the other stuff that I drop. Come reverse day, I'll be there for sure to put cuffs on the cops. So when it comes to the chickens, it ain't nothing for me to treat out. She be like a drive-through every time I eat out. The fastest game, and yo, the fast exchange. Y'all know it's sure ain't nobody gon' surpass my name. I've been in all spots, young and done, cover the coast. By fire to every cookout and butter the toast. Nobody touching my flows, I stand apart from the rest. Knowing the stuff I spit tears you apart from the chest. My rhymes for 4 minutes, I'm known to play hard. So bounce with me, y'all owe this to take off.
The wind dropped a little bit and I managed to hold my sail pretty well and make all the moves, so pretty stoked. Now I have to go in the final against Kaoli and try to beat him twice today. But I'm very happy to be in the final again.
When I'm nothing, all I have are the city streets. Chip pavement, crack walls, cats hustle beneath. A dark alias, birth the name too long to pronounce. Behind the bars, all evenness is sure as crown. Welcome me back, dog. Home sweet home, where personalities conflict and chrome meets chrome. I suppose this rap shit enable me to endure.
Dido Moreno.
Around with the streets to trust facts about these rappers holding weight. Now y'all just fat. Come on, big boy, I refuse to keep it in the dark. I got MCs bloodthirsty where I speak my heart. I rise forth all off a new breed with the age-old fashion of inspiring the streets. Sitting something till I'm charged. The bars run deep. Scribble words past the margin with the promise to keep. It's the takeoff.
Here we are, we go now.
And the winner of this round and leading at the moment in the freestyle is V111 Ricardo Campep.
I never seen so much wind before, especially in freestyle. And I'm so happy that I'm back on top again. At the beginning of the event, I started really bad and finally got back on top again. And I'm super stoked that Kaoli is winning on the wave and I'm winning on the freestyle. His dream is to win the wave and my dream is to keep going on my freestyle. And next year I want to start doing the wave again, start doing the wave. And it's good because we're both like best friends and brothers, and he's winning on the wave and I'm winning on the freestyle, so I'm super stoked for that.
Had to compete against Karen in the final, and you know, I knew what to do. I knew what to do in the final, and I think her weak point is the strong wind, and you know, it's my strongest point. So I just try to do my best. I didn't really do all what I can do, but in 5 minutes you cannot really ask for more.
I think my all-time favorite windsurfer probably is Jason Polkow, you know, for style and finesse, and that guy's just, he's mental.
Probably Jason Polkow, he just lives up the road from me, and we used to windsurf together when he's a little bit older than me, so I used to look up to him.
Anything he does it full on, you know, whether it's windsurfing or motocross or whatever.
All-time windsurf hero is Robbie Nash.
You're gonna have to give that to Robbie Nash.
I think my first hero must have been Robbie Nash.
Robbie I think was the main guy for me that I used to watch his video, the whip video.
You know, I read the magazines, I watched on the videos, and he was the king. He's still, to be honest with you, pretty much still is the king.
He was dominating windsurfing back in the day, and still he goes out of jaws and he charges. You know, it's hardly anybody can really beat him. He's really a legend. You know, there's only one guy really. That's Robbie for sure.
Paparazzi, fuera!
I have to say I feel really great. My result on the event wasn't that great, but was still enough to win the world title, and that's what I wanted to do and do one more time, and I did it again, so I'm super stoked.
Sail fast and be smart. Don't let anybody pass you and don't fall off. You know, that's kind of the name of the game.
Richard en primera posición, contento, happiness.
My perfect day would be little toe-in surfing in the morning, and then going windsurfing in the afternoon, sort of thing. Because I pretty much love the water.
Wake up in the morning, get the breakfast in bed.
Wake up, have sex, breakfast.
Have a look out the window, and sunny, windy, and good swell.
You have to be probably side shore, starboard tack 4-7, logo mast high.
Mast high wave, 4-7 full power.
Side off, mast high waves, and just sail until you're super hungry and tired.
Then pick up my motorbike. I probably want to go to a track and spend a few hours all the afternoon on the track racing around.
Yeah, probably just a good day windsurfing. I'm pretty happy with that, or a good day surfing. I don't mind surfing too, you know. So
coming home to a nice jacuzzi, maybe Corona, nice barbecue, fresh fish.
Eat, sex again, and sleep.
Come along, children. Now we're going to have a little music, like old times. Come along, children. Now we're going to have a little music, like old times.
Okay, roll the drum. Okay, roll the drum.
I'm just super happy to win the event. I'm really happy it's over. I can kind of relax now and get rid of all that tension.
It's cold, rainy, and usually a lot of fun.
It's one of the biggest events organized. It's the last event of the tour normally.
There's a lot of prestige. You know, there's a lot of people watching this. Over the course of the event, in 10 days, there's probably about 300,000 people coming to the beach.
It's really for the public, so they, the people that are coming here, they can just go to the tents and drink and eat and hang out. It's really like the lifestyle atmosphere they're trying to promote.
Can be very extreme, but I never had that condition. But usually we got the onshore winds that they are very hard, with the super strong shore break, It's really hard and technical to sail here, You gotta be smart sailing in the suit,
Besides that, it's known for some social activities in the bar sometimes.
Okay, come on! I'm not a person that normally go out, but I think during this week I had a lot of fun. Thousands of people and really good music, and I really enjoy it. I'm looking forward to come back next year.
That's like a baby in a diaper.
I'm very happy with the start. I wouldn't have bet on it this morning, that's for sure. I knew it was going good and I could win a few slaloms and a few of the finals. But win all four on a day like this is really something.
My first started when I was 12 years old. It was 1982. We were skiers in the wintertime, and so we kind of needed something to do in the summer, and that was kind of the trendy thing to do for skiers, so we kind of fell into it. Of all my years on tour, probably the biggest moment for me was when I won the race in Almanar. I think it was in 1997, right around there. It was kind of the first time anybody had beaten Bjorn in a long time, and you know, it was my first big win for me. For the slalom this year, the Fuerte went better than I expected. It kind of came on the calendar kind of at the last minute, and I'd been spending most of the early season preparing for Formula and that type of racing, so I felt fairly prepared for it, but not 100%. But you know, after the first couple rounds, I saw how my gear was going, and I felt super comfortable. And you know, from there, I kind of knew that you know, I had a really good chance of winning the event. Unfortunately, I've never really had such a good track record here in Sylt. I think my best result here is a second, and you know, I've had a lot of lower results than that as well. So you know, that kind of weighs on me a little bit, but I know my equipment's going well. You know, I know who my main competitors are, and I know how they're going, so I'm not super worried about it. And you know, I'm expecting a win, and you know, I'm expecting to take the title for the year too. So we'll see how it goes.
Standalone Productions. Yo, check it. Where do I go from here? Somebody please tell me. I'm here just trying to flow a rhyme. I just close my eyes and let the beat blow my mind. My train of thought goes to times when everyone was in my room wanting to hold the mic. Those were the golden times. You could be as hot as flames or as cold as ice. I'm not sure what I was then, but now I'm both the types. If I got an ill rap, then I will spit it, even if it's just for friends or my meal ticket. Always make sure that I come with real lyrics. We don't feel gimmicks, we see through you like you're made out of glass.
I just went out there the last two rounds, kind of nothing to lose, just go for it. My equipment's feeling good, and I nailed the starts on both those last two finals. And as long as you're fast and you do that, it's pretty easy to stay out front.
Somebody please tell me what now? Somebody please tell me what now? Somebody please tell me what now? Despite the amount of times I've been knocked down, my feet keep trotting on somehow, but I'm feeling a little lost now. Somebody please tell me what now? Despite the amount of times I've been knocked down, my feet keep trotting on somehow, but I'm feeling a little lost now. Somebody please tell me what now? I know I'm on these rap moves. I know I gotta watch out for that dude with the red fur and the black hooves, tail and two horns.
Right from the beginning, I saw Bjorn coming from. He was the only one I saw because my start was good. So him coming from above, and like kind of pulling away from me. And then I said, come on, once in your life you have to beat Bjorn. So I just stepped on it, and my equipment was so fast and so good that I could pull away. And it was more, I won the race before, and it was much more pressure this race because Bjorn was behind, and it was like a god to me, you know, since I was a kid. And it's just sick. To win one, it was already enough, but to win the second one is like unbelievable.
It's windy, yeah? It's good. It's certainly windy enough, and there is a little peak on the inside. I mean, see what you can do with it. Yeah, changing to waves, early start, got 8 o'clock start. We've got about 25 knots side shore and a small 2 to 3 foot, quite meaty section to hit on the inside. It's pushing it to the limits, but this is Sylt, not Hawaii, so we'll see what we can do. Tide's going to push in, and maybe it's going to get better.
getting a bit of interaction with the judges right there, you know. I was just waving, saying, look, it doesn't look very windy. I'd like you to have a look at the conditions. They waved back and said, man, it's good out there. I think I might have to get my Vicks up.
You know, like it's a world tour, so it's good to be able to sail all different types of conditions, you know. It's good to be able to sail out in the sun of Hukipa in Hawaii and, you know, that type of thing, but not everybody gets to sail that, so it's good to, you know, it's a bit of a tester, you know. You've got these huge squalls coming through, and then like you don't know whether it's going to pick up in the squall and then suddenly drop off, so you need like something smaller and then something bigger for after, so you're running around grabbing different sails, plugging them in.
20 cars have crashed along the road. Take away the blame, and you don't have me, and you don't have me back. Take away the blame, and you don't have me, and you don't have me back. Take away the blame, and you don't have me, and you don't have me back. Take away the blame, and you don't have me. Fences lost in time, and seasons lost inside of it. Folding form across the bay.
Alright, so relaxing the beach. Judy, take some sun on the warm weather.
Stoke the fire quick, cross through the shaft. Take away the blame, and you don't have me, and you don't have me. Take away the blame, and you don't have me, and you don't have me. Take away the blame, and you don't have me, and you don't have me. Take away the blame, and you don't have me.
Meine Damen und Herren, einen riesigen Applaus und einen herzlichen Glückwunsch an Kauli Seadi aus Brasilien.
I feel great, you know, I'm super happy. That was my dream, and it's nice to get it there, you know. Dream come true, so happy.
Fences lost in time, and seasons lost inside of it.
What's been the highlight of the year for you?
Definitely my highlight of the year would be Pozo, I guess, you know, for like winning a wave event. That was like my first wave event, you know, that I win. And
Out of competition, that was a highlight. We had organized a training camp for girls, and we had almost 30 girls coming, and we teach them how to become more professional, and it was totally success. I think, you know, it's really cool for the future of windsurfing, and seeing new faces and seeing, you know, the reaction of the girls to learn how to become more professional.
I mean, there's been a few things. I suppose now I've finished second in the waves, but also my wife got pregnant, so that was a pretty big highlight for me. I know it's not really windsurfing, but you know, and in a few weeks' time, you know, being well and good, we should have our baby, so I'm sure that'll be probably the highlight, not just of the year, but probably one of my life, I would imagine.
My hopes for the future would probably be just to, you know, keep enjoying the lifestyle that I live, you know, and be able to, you know, continue on for as long as I can do it.
Next year, I just really want to do as good as I can, and I know that right now is the time to really bust out some good results, so see how far I can get.
My hopes for the future, I hope to keep doing all the tour until no end, and I hope I can get the top 3, the world top, you know.
I've always, just growing up, I've always wanted to be good in the waves. That's the main thing that I've always focused on, and I think that's my main goal before I retire, would be to be world champion one day. You know?
Staying healthy, that's for sure. Happy and charging in the water, surfing and windsurfing.